Okay, we're going on to the next days, but first I want to show you real quick back on June 2nd. These two late cancels, you did that absolutely perfect. I'm very proud of you. Because when you look at the sheet, they're both late cancels, but what I want you to double check on everything is this shows that they were charged for that, so I actually went into the visits to double check and they were there. However, I do want you to check right here because we want to double check that, let me see what day that was. So that was at 6:30 on 6/12. So I'm on 6/12, 6:30 a.m. We want to make sure that she was not paid for two of those. So there was a comp. This is actually a good thing here compared to that last thing I was talking about where someone's absent. This means that she was not paid, but the trainer was charged. So that is important to double check that for sure on payroll. Okay, now we're looking at June 13th. So same thing for Michelle. We are going to pull out that session sheet for June 13th, and we're going to look at this line by line. So Suzanne Perla, that was obviously confusing because she wrote Suzanne there at 7, but then she didn't charge her in the group. So see how there's 3 people there for the group? Looks like Suzanne just stopped by to talk. So we need to delete her off the schedule at 7. See how this was absent, Suzanne Perla? So I put here, she is on the sheet. She's not on payroll, nor does she need to be added to payroll. So it looks like she just stopped by, so delete her. And then we have 8 p.m. group. Now see how on the sheet it says 8 p.m. group, wait and consult. So that would be a group of 0. So she does get paid for that if no one shows up. So you need to go back in, and I put here, needs to be paid for a no-show group. So you need to add a group at that time. Normally there is a group at that time, so I don't know if you just deleted it or what, but you need to add a group at that time. Make sure on her payroll that she is being paid the $14 for that for the no-show. So that was all on there. And then again, we want to check this here and then go to the payroll, double check the payroll, make sure that that is all accurate. We went through that on the last video. So if you have 2 different browsers you can use, I actually have Internet Explorer open right now and Firefox, and I'm logged in on both of those browsers. So here I have the schedule at a glance pulled up in one browser, and then in the other browser I have the payroll. That way I can just go back and forth without having to shut it down, go back. I don't have it here, but that's where you can just go back and forth. It's a lot easier to do that than having to go back and open it up again. Okay, so now we're on the 14th. So if you look at the Excel I sent you, a couple of them on here, Rebecca is signed in twice. So somehow she was checked in twice. Again, this is all stuff you're supposed to be catching when you're doing these sheets. This is definitely what you need to be doing. So she needs to not be on the payroll 2 times. So if we look right here, we see, where is she? Oh, right here, 9:30, 2 groups signed in. So that client is being charged twice, and the trainer's being paid twice, which that's not correct. So the other thing is that Barbara Zender at 11 a.m., she was on the sign-in sheet and did not show up. So that one needs to be a no-show. So I put on here, not on payroll, but needs to be, she was a late cancel. So the trainer is not paid for this, though. So just make sure, but not pay the trainer. So this would actually be no, she's not going to be on the payroll, but she will be charged a session because she didn't show up. And then Nicole, again, this person was put on twice. See that, late cancel? 2 times, so that's not good. We got to get rid of that. So she was on the sheet 1 time as a no-show, is on the payroll twice, does not need to be on the payroll twice. So I put here the notes, just do a late cancel for one of those. So go do the X and delete that second one.